his commencement, he had a dream that someday the blacks of South Africa would be free. He accomplished it. No, most of us will not have a dream so big, so engaging, so complicated, and so meaningful. So did I have a dream when I graduated from Newman High School in Wausau? Mine was to go to college. It was a struggle. Then to go to work for Century, and I did. Then to someday be the president of a company that I started in my basement, and I did. Then to own a company that could lead in the direction of what I call our moral compass. It's printed on everything our company does, where our direction is led by our values, where our direction is led by our values. A direction that all of us know just from our upbringing, the direction that goes back to the golden rule of do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Give and you shall receive. So my embers are still burning and still growing. I won't bore you with all my stories, but I want to tell you about the impossible. Patty and I were working on one of our humanitarian projects in Kenya. Before we left for the trip, I said to Patty, I think I'll call Nelson Mandela and see if we can work on a project in South Africa together for next year. She looked at me like you would look at your little 5-year-old brother who just said he was going to take the car for a ride. And she said, John, sure, you call Nelson Mandela and I'll be sure to go with you. 3 weeks later, we were in Nelson Mandela's office, putting together plans for an intergenerational village that some people call an orphanage. So we built this village in South Africa to house the homeless grandparents along with the homeless babies and children. The old folks, in return for their shelter, are taking care of the babies. Both the adults and the babies were disenfranchised by HIV/AIDS, who killed the babies' parents. Tens of millions of babies will become orphans in sub-Saharan Africa in the next 20 years. Tens of millions. Now, after this success, we have built 2 more villages in Kenya. Patty and I were lucky enough to travel around the world in January. Our most favorite place was Kitui, Kenya, where we were honored by 584 babies and children gathered in the hall to honor us and our help for bringing these little ones home with their grannies. It's now the largest intergenerational village, which we would refer to as an orphanage in the world. The grannies were there too, and we love them. Where are you from? They would ask me. Stevens Point, Wisconsin, USA, of course, I say. From where? Where is Stevens Point? What are you doing here? Why are you here? So my answer is Stevens Point, Wisconsin, United States of America. In Kitui, the point is bigger than Chicago, Dallas, or New York City. Those cities pale in the face of Stevens Point. And it's because Stevens Point took them out of the slums, living alone in cardboard boxes, and gave them a home with the Grammy. Graduates, it's about dreaming. And sometimes dreaming the impossible. I have to admit that sometimes I'm just totally exhausted from my dreams. I can't stop them because I've climbed a lot of mountains, hurdled a lot of obstacles. Most importantly, denied a lot of people's influence on me. I've tried to find the embers that will take me as far as the eye can see, and then beyond. Your dreams will take you there as well. Most of us will have a dream to follow our own embers. That might be school, a job, a car, a family. It can be anything you want, because you are just beginning. You're just starting. Starting that fire of your life, give it everything you have, and don't let anyone douse it. Take the challenge and make your life as full as you can. You'll look back on your life and you will say, John, the shoeshine boy, was right. My commencement from high school was really just the beginning. And now I have risen on one of those embers into my life,